Happy healing! If you are new or returning, any of my services and products will be listed in the description box below. Today's message is going to be a pick a card. Urgent messages, that is. This is going to be the blunt and bold truth of what is blocking you. So, trigger warning. If you are not prepared and you're too sensitive right now to hear the truth, you might want to scroll away because we are going to really get into it, but also this should help you be able to identify so that you're able to move through it as well. All right. So, without further ado, if you need to pause to choose your pal, you may do so by the images or the numbers, angel numbers listed. But I will see you at your pal of choice. All right. If you chose pal one, we are going to go ahead and we're going to get into it and let's talk about it. All right. This was the shield. And you could have been seeing this angel number 1122, or even the date. I believe that's Scorpio season. So some of y'all might have some relevance to Scorpio season, or could be Scorpios. Or that could be highly aspected in maybe your big three, Venus, are in your chart. All right, but let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So getting into the first thing, okay, we got preemptive abandonment pattern. Okay, so when we talk about preemptive abandonment patterns, it's like you be trying to beat people to the punch. All right, so the message that was coming in for spirit was, um, you want to be fully loved, but you don't even let people get close enough to try. Yeah, you could be like a person that has a hard time accepting when people compliment you. Like, getting a little squeamish, you want it, but it like makes you feel a little weird. You could distance yourself when from people that actually care about you. And your walls for some reason feel safe, but they are also empty in there. I will say Pisces is significant as well. Pisces energy. So overall, this is a lot of water energy. I'm getting a lot of emotions with this group. So that's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be highly aspected with this group as well. For sure. So one of the other things here was kind of with these emotions, okay, because I was even feeling this energy of like um emotional eating. I know. So even with this, it's kind of like, you say that like you're healed or you're healing, but it's like you still like don't know how to accept kind of um maybe love. All right. And so it's kind of this fear of like vulnerability as well. So it says like you think being independent means like you're over it, like, I'm not dealing with people no more because I'm just like so independent. I'm not gonna let people play me. But honestly, you desire love, but you're scared of it. But what you're really doing is protecting a wound that was kind of never cleaned properly. Clock it. So with this, like spirit is definitely on you about like, there needs to be like a little bit deeper revelation, not even revelation, I feel like attention and acceptance and releasing done, shadow work on these emotions for you. This may also seem like a very hard thing for you to do. It's like, it was this like energy of being hurt over and over and over again. And really, it's screaming around inner child issues, including the womb, sacral chakra energy, and you chose the shield. And I feel like you've become your own defender because you weren't defended in different scenarios. So that's kind of one thing. And I feel like this rolls over to different parts of your life, this sense of maybe like you feeling like you're the only one that has your back, like you're alone. All right. Now, I will say Spirit is getting into it when it comes to your eating. All right. This emotional eating cycle, right? You can be good. Sometimes you can be, it's almost like, confirmation burp. You know what you need to do, but sometimes you struggle doing it. So I get this like image of like looking in the mirror a lot and struggling with self acceptance sometimes, no matter like what stage you're at. It's never enough. You kind of want this healthier body, but you use food to avoid your feelings. Um, so you can go on these kind of like binges sometimes where you're like not eating so much and then you are eating more. The spirit is saying like you're really not hungry, you're just hurting. The comfort food is really just covering up like grief, anger, or either emptiness that you're feeling from situations or people. And sometimes you feel like it's not worth it for you to engage with people, but spirit is really on you like until you face the emotions, you'll keep feeding the wound. Until you face those emotions, you definitely will keep feeding the wound. All right. Another block that was coming up for you guys is that I was kind of getting is gonna be about kind of like your boundaries masquerading like as openness. This is like you really kind of want emotional safety, okay? But you tend to overshare with unsafe people. And I know, like in this group, you're probably like, I don't even tell people my business. No, but let's think about it. You don't really tell people your business, but why? Because look at the pattern of the people you've chosen to tell your business that have disappointed you. So you may consider yourself kind of private, not that open, but yeah, you have like a lineup, of people who have kind of let you down. So Spirit is saying like you're not really private, like you just, you know, not really trusted yourself and your intuition, so you've made bad decisions. You really do tell your business to folks that never really earned your trust. But then you kind of get hurt and you call it betrayal, but you also are the one that opened the door. So Spirit is saying like it's not about like it's really about you trusting your boundaries, trusting what you need for yourself and sticking to it, not shutting those out who you can trust, but it's choosing to vet people in your life um, to see if they are worthy of this exchange, right? But then not block out the people who are worthy, okay? And then, ooh, I know some of y'all are like, oh, okay. That's kind of like the energy that I'm feeling. And with this sacral chakra energy, I'm going to say like spirit is really bringing up for you guys kind of this entrepreneurial type of energy. You could be like an artist, creative, intuitive, something of the sorts. But spirit is kind of like, because I kept getting like social media for you guys. Spirit is saying kind of like you really desire. No, well, this is the thing. You really have a fear of like creative rejection. Like you have a fear of going like balls to the wall and then failing. So sometimes you disguise it and be like, no, I don't want to do that, or maybe I shouldn't. Or it's like you make a lot of excuses on like why to not do anything. Even if this is like spirit is saying like you want to be such a powerful creator, but you're still centering other people's opinions. It's kind of like you edit your expression to be liked. Mm. You wait for approval before you launch, And spirit is really on you. Like, that's not creation, it's really performance, performative energy. Hmm, you know, I'm gonna say it. Giving Aquarius energy. Some of you guys could have Aquarius North Node as well. But this is the thing. It's like, even I feel like if you post something, you don't get enough likes. You may like, oh, let me delete it, let me hide it. I don't know. You feel some bit of like, ugh, if you're not getting the loudest clap in the room. So spirit is like, oh, is this for you or is this for everyone else? Right? I don't know why I'm getting like Georgia. Georgia could be like significant for some of you guys as well. Even just like visiting, or you could have lived there, passed through, or have like roots there in some type of way. But fear is like, stop putting this like filter on yourself. This fear of being visible, right? It's like a panic. You say like you're ready to be seen, but you still water down like what you're saying. You're watering down your message, okay? You kind of sugarcoat stuff. You edit your truth. It's more about the editing, and you want to be liked more than just heard. But impact requires your full voice. And so Spirit is saying, like, you are going to have to get over this. And how can you get over this? By just saying whatever it is, whenever it is. The more you just allow yourself, the less you'll stop pausing your being in this creative flow, or caring if it's received, because the point is for you to get it out, and who it's for is who it's for. But that's what I'm seeing. Sending you all so much love, light, peace, and positivity. May your angels, ancestors, and guides continue to guide you. Happy healing, group 2. Let's get into it. This is going to be urgent messages about the blunt truth of what's blocking you. Okay, this is going to be a trigger warning again. If you are not ready to hear the truth, you might as well scroll back, because this is going to be really blunt. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so this is kind of about, honestly, the first thing that was coming out was like about you being blocked and with spiritually, self, like censorship of yourself. This is kind of like you may have this thing where it comes to like hiding maybe the full spiritual aspects of yourself, kind of like who you are, right? It's like you may separate like the spiritual part of you from like who you are or show up to be to other people and places and spaces. It's like you maybe put spirit up in a bag, and this is kind of like you could have this urge to want to grow, want to expand in spirit, but spirit is like you're not even walking in it. All right. Don't, I'm the messenger. All right. So it's kind of like you want to be used by spirit, right? But you really keep hiding your truth from the world. You know that you are gifted, but you definitely fear judgment. So you filter your messages, you dilute your power, you hide behind vague posts. You were called to be loud, but you're whispering like a mouse. If I had a like sound bomb, I would drop like a bomb, like, because that's like, if I could find it. All right, but seriously, okay. So for this group as well, I was getting this energy about like, and part of this is kind of like ego. You got a big ego, and I see some of y'all like grabbing y'all chest, like it's like I can't remember her name, Marseille, but she has this meme where she like grabs her chest, like grabbing her pearls. When I say you got a big ego, you're like, who, me? Because you think you're so sweet, you think you're so nice, and all of this. But I'm definitely getting some issues with the solar plexus, right? Um, but this is like ego driven comparison. So this is kind of like you say that you're growing, you're doing so much work, but you're really still competing with other people on a wound level. And when I say that, it's kind of like you look at your journey and you compare your healing timeline to others, you are forgetting that you are not on the same path, okay? Healing isn't a race. It's a return to self. So it's this energy of where you're like, I've done so much, I deserve so much more, because you're, and the only reason you feel like that is because you're looking outwardly at other people. And you're like, I'm looking, and like Spirit is like, you're doing this comparison thing, but if you like, it's like you're picking and choosing even who you're comparing to. Because we know like there are people like Van Gogh who like aren't really recognized until like they're gone. If you are waiting for the accolades, for the applause, you are missing the moment. If you are waiting for people to clap for you for what you're doing, you're missing the moment. Your journey, it has purpose, and you should be experience happiness and joy in the moment. Working on that solar plexus, all right? Clock it. Okay. Also for you, I'm getting this group too that's like hyper independence. This is definitely from early abandonment. Could be childhood wounding as well. This is kind of like when I say like early abandonment, it's like you want deep friendships, but you keep pretending that you don't need anyone. You show up like you're always okay, like I'm fine, I'm fine. One of like my soul sisters said that it's like you always say like all is well, and to be quite frank, I feel like sometimes even for you, some things cannot be like construed. So when I say all is well, it is. Like everything might not be perfect. There might be some things going on in the moment, but all is well because I understand that it's a moment. Um, but for spirit, like what spirit is saying is that like I the for this group, I feel like your mindset is not there though, right? It's like you may say that you're okay, all is well, but your mind doesn't feel like that. Your mind is really trapped by the environment or situation, or the emotions. So it's like you show up like you're always okay, but no one knows how to support you if you don't let them in. It's just like, no, nobody's never there for me, or I don't trust the people out there for you because, like, you've been abandoned in the past, but you don't give new people an opportunity, right? You're still making others pay for, like, the pain of the past. So you kind of mask this sense of self sufficiency. It's like you want to be supported, but you just keep on pretending that you're fine. You're like, I got it. But really, you're trying to smile through the pain because in your mind, the only thing is like, I'm not going to let anybody talk about me. So you stay silent when people offer help. But Spirit is saying, like, strength isn't in silence, it is in honesty. All right. And you ever heard that phrase of like where people are like, don't block your blessings? I feel like because of the trauma of wounding of abandonment, it's so hard for you to realize and accept blessings when they show up. So Spirit is really asking for you to focus on healing these abandonment wounds. All right. Um, and also I just feel like you guys may like to be this type to act like maybe you don't want to argue or like, oh, I'm changing because I used to crash out or I'm not going to crash out. No, you still feel the same way inside. You're just trying to like you disguise it as control, right? This is like a controlled emotional freeze. Well, really you're just trying to detach from your emotions, but they're bubbling. They're there. You're trying not to let them out, but them emotions are bubbling up under and it's like, I'm not gonna say nothing. So it says it's like you say that you're calm, but you've just mastered emotional control as a survival skill. But it's time to like really be able to express yourself without crashing out, right? Without lashing out, without like blowing. And so it's like you suppress your emotions, your feelings, you numb, and you call it balance, but your stillness is just tension. It's not peace, right? Your body is tight. Your nervous system is like going through it. Um, and so spirit is calling for you to let it move through you. For this group, you really, really have to focus on grounding, grounding energy. You guys could have Earth highly aspected. Um, in your chart, um, heavy on kind of like the maybe Capricorn energy too here. Um, also, but I'm seeing like a lot of 111 energy here, and I feel like spirit is calling you to break down this wall. It's like I know you. This wall is one not that like somebody else put in front of you, but you built this wall brick by brick, right? To keep other people out, but maybe you blocked yourself in. So spirit is saying it's time to like knock that down one by one. And there's this old movie, I think it's called Brewster's Place, and there's a scene in it like breaking through a wall. I am going to link this like clip and you can go and look at the movie, look it up if you'd like to. Um but I feel like this could definitely have significance for you guys, all right? But that's what I got for you, group two. Sending you so much love, light, peace, and positivity. May your angels, ancestors, and guides continue to guide you. Happy healing, group three. All right, this group, you chose this evil eye energy. Evil eye. But I was hearing this like evil twin, evil twin. So you guys definitely could be like in a maybe kind of either kind of twin connection or dealing with something like that, or like even when we talking about like, false twins, kind of like maybe even karmic kind of energy. I was just getting this energy of like a runaway too. So definitely getting like you guys could be a runner, track star. She gonna run away when it gets hard. All right. So you guys could definitely be a person that runs away, and you may feel like it's you taking a stance. But really it's kind of just you like running. Oh, who said that? But okay. But I was hearing that like ask Little Wayne who the 5 star is. So I feel like, it's kind of like you guys may like try to put on this persona like I'm good. I know that I'm beautiful. I'm bad. And not to say that you're not, but spirit is like on the inside, you don't really believe that. All right, the insecurities that are underneath sometimes, because it's like walking around like, oh, I'm good, and it's like, but on the inside, it's like I keep bleeding, keep bleeding for love. It's like on the inside, it's like a violin's playing a sad song. So spirit is kind of like, honesty. This is kind of like, and I definitely feel like this group is a highly spiritual group, shall I say that, even with the sevens. And so I actually, for you guys, feel like for your blogs, this is kind of blocking your abundance. I feel like this is probably holding up abundance for you and things you're trying to move on to, manifesting on a larger scale for yourself. And sometimes it's this thought of like, oh, if you separate yourself from people or things, like, oh, that'll do it. And spirit is like, no, 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 no. And that's okay, but that's not enough. The separation is only for you to align and unite, right? Even when we talk about the twin flame connection, right? It's people have their different perspectives on it. Where a twin flame connection goes, like, is always contingent upon both parties in the lifetime, but it's really about a unification of self. There is one thing, without unification of self, there will only be destruction. So, as much as you might run away from people, if you are not unifying with yourself, you will never be able to completely manifest because that's where your power comes from. For this group, that's where your ease comes from when you are one in a line with yourself. And you may feel like, oh, every time I get around, it's other people that's causing it. No, it's because you refuse to be yourself completely with other people. You struggle with that. And so spirit is like, no, the answer is not to be with other people. It's to be in truth with other people. So this is definitely like unhealed attachment patterns. It's like you keep choosing people who feel familiar because you think those familiar people are safe. But that's not healthy, right? It's like you're mistaking kind of trauma bonding for love. You chase the same hurt in a different body, then you wonder why it never works, all right? Familiar isn't always safe. Most of the time, it's never safe, but it's the kind of only thing you feel like you maybe can have control over. But like that tower will continue to fall because spirit is like, nah, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. It's like spirit kicking those Legos over. Mm-mm. And with this group, I'm feeling this like deep, and I'm hearing that like burning blue. This energy of like, oh, it's definitely given like outside of yourself partnership kind of energy that like definitely could be impacting you guys. And I feel like this thing in your mind where it's like, oh, you just want to be the best you. And this could be like, to show somebody else and also to try to like be the best you to have somebody else. And spirit is like, wrong thinking. Like, it's nothing wrong with desiring like partnership and love, but you can't like want to do good just to have someone else. It's like you have to like want to have you. So spirit is kind of saying like, and just because like it's enough. It's this instance of like you kind of like want to be free, but you still think that you're only valuable when you're doing something also. This is like your productivity wire for self-worth. Definitely an issue around solar plexus. It's like you're never okay really resting. You feel like, oh, you should be doing something. Even a vacation is like your mind is just thinking, right? I'm just seeing like the constant loops. You guys definitely can deal with mental conflict, whether that's ADHD, depression. You would know. Um, but yeah, so it's just hard for you to relax. It's kind of like you measure your worth by task when you're outputting how much you've earned, and like you feel like you have to like work, and you have to like pretty much earn rest. Like, okay, I did this, I did that, so now I can rest. And Spirit is like, no, you should be able to rest because you should rest. It's good for you. It's like a part of life, a healthy life. Um, so stress. Oh, but you have to find your value in stillness for this group. Because I'm even seeing for you guys, you could be wanting to travel, desiring to travel, even a vacation or some type of movement. Because I'm seeing like a beach chair, maybe laying out on a beach chair. I just see the beach, or a blanket because I'm seeing a beach ball also. So needing a break. Um, And then we have this issue of like, receiving rejection reflex. It's kind of, you say like you're ready to receive, but you keep like dismissing compliments, help, even support. You say you didn't have to. No, I'm good. I don't deserve this. You keep repelling like the very things it is that you're asked for. For some reason, you feel like if it doesn't come wrapped exactly the way you pictured it, you should reject it. But really, Spirit is saying like, um, you're kind of just building this notion of like, oh, everything bad is attracted to me. Like you really are like have this like I'm just seeing somebody like even in a sense of like for the movie like Sinners, like it's this sense of like, oh, You can't welcome people in, but like feeling like life is like you're stuck in there. If y'all haven't seen Sinners, life is like you're stuck on the inside, and people just keep trying to get in. Like, no, you can't welcome them in. Or I see like even like a vampire, like a person holding a cross, and it's like trying to ward people away because you feel like, oh, they're gonna hurt you in some type of fashion, right? But yeah, so Spirit is saying you kind of block out public, you have this like public fear based avoidance, right? You like want to try something new, but you're very terrified of failing in front of people. It's only what you feel like maybe you're good enough at. What do you want to show? It's like, practice it enough until I feel comfortable. And it's weird. It's like, just do it. Okay. You delay your calling because someone might laugh at you, judge you, or unfollow you. Like, but the cost of staying invisible is much greater than this fear of failure that you have. So this could definitely have been imprinted on you from childhood, but it's time to like get over it. This is like maybe bringing a grade home and like, or like, this is sense of like that inner voice being like a parent lashing out at you or something. Or even this could be even judgment towards your parents, like, I don't want to be like them, and Spirit is like, live your own life. Stop like using someone else as a template. Write your story, right? Stop trying to go in, delete, backspace, fill in, change someone else's. No. Don't try to rewrite someone else's story. Just write yours. Please. Please. That's what Spirit is really saying. And then you have like this energy of your identity definitely being molded by approval when I bring up like parents. It's kind of like you want to find yourself, but you're very much so still filtering through who they want you to be. Your dreams, style, opinions, and boundaries are shaped by others' comfort, but your truth won't grow in someone else's mold. This is what I'm saying. All right, but that is kind of what I'm seeing for you. All right. Um, Stop being so much afraid of like perception. Um, and be more focused on purpose. Sending you so much love, light, peace, positivity. May your angels, ancestors, and guides continue to guide you.